take the 1-0 lead. And that goal coming from number 24, Scott Mayfield, from the point. Well, it's Eberle that sets it up, and he feeds the point. Big traffic in front, gets passed across, and Mayfield's just able to walk that one right on in. And the Islanders have a 1-0 lead. It was Lee and Barzal that were in front, and just a snipe of a shot from Scott Mayfield. That gives the Islanders a 1-0 lead. 10:33 to go, with still plenty of time for things to happen. Now on the reset here, on the ensuing faceoff, here's Andy Green. He'll set it into the Islanders zone. That is picked off by the Flyers, and now I will take it out. Hag across to Braun, and that's picked off by the Islanders. They will get it as far as center. Dumped in by Nick Leddy. Leddy all the way around, no one there as the Islanders were changing, and a puck comes out of the zone. They'll try and regather at center. Pajot bothered there, and the Islanders will chip and chase. Carter Hart in behind the net. We'll pass it across, but bothered there. Pajot heavy on the forecheck, and the Islanders are able to keep the zone with a shot. That one didn't make it through as it's blocked by a stick. Now here come the Flyers. Pass a little too far for Nicolas Aube-Kubel. Now Derek Brassard with the shot, and that one wouldn't go. And it's picked up by Aube-Kubel. Send it across and played catch with Robert Hag. Hag to Provorov, down behind his own net. Provorov will start the rush up. Provorov leaves it for Hayes. Hayes, cross ice pass. Coming in is Hag with a shot, and that one wouldn't go. Provorov tries to hold the line, but he's bothered there by Clutterbuck. And this line will try and get in. They do. Here comes Matt Martin. Matt Martin tries to dump it down low for Casey Cizikas. Cizikas will feed the point and send right back in, and Cizikas will take care of it. Cizikas tries a centering pass, and that one is disrupted by Philadelphia. Held in, though, by Casey Cizikas. He's having a good shift. Cizikas again around the boards. Islanders were trying to get there, but the Flyers will beat them to it. And a turnover again in the zone. It's Mayfield. His backhand shot goes off of Carter Hart and out of play. And we will take a break here. The ice has been broken. It's Scott Mayfield, the defenseman. And Philadelphia now 1-0 in the first period. Well, it's a beautiful setup, and all the Islanders go and crash the net, and it's a cross-ice pass that gets through everybody. And Hart, despite his dive, was unable to find it. And Andy Green has the second goal. Only a second. Here's a turnover there by Hart, and he had to be quick to get there back. Flyers just look like they're asleep, but now they get it. And now they are trying to send it in, but the Islanders will send it all the way out. This goes all the way down and will become an icing with 6:26 to go in the first. 2-0 Islanders. Well, Carter Hart had some trouble he tried to sandwich it in between the boards, and it was Brock Nelson who tried to send it home. He was unable to, though. Face-off now won by Philadelphia. A quick shot, and that one was fought off by Thomas Greiss. Back behind the net, Couturier will rush after it. He'll try and battle Nelson. Couturier tries to find someone, but he's unable to. And now J.G. Pageau able to clear the zone for Green, the most recent goal scorer. Puck finds Brock Nelson. He'll send it in, and the Islanders will get the much-needed change. Provorov now behind the net. Plays catch with his defensive partner and finally tries a stretch pass. Gets as far as center before it's picked off by Kyle Clutterbuck. Clutterbuck forced into the zone now. Bothered there by J.G. Pageau. And now a loose puck picked up by the Islanders. They'll try and get it out of the zone. They do. Cizikas now has it. Traffic jam, and finally Clutterbuck is able to get into the Islanders zone. Big hit there as he tries the forecheck, but the Flyers are able to take it out. They get as far as center. It's 2-on-2. Here comes Nate Thompson down the wings. Crunch there, tries a centering pass. Greiss found it and he lost it, but it's picked up with Islanders' Andy Green, and no harm done there. He had a hard time finding that puck. It was a quick shot, and I don't think Greiss was expecting it, and he tried to quickly at the last second get a glove on it, and he couldn't, but Andy Green was there to play it off. Finally, it's sent into the Islanders zone. Carter Hart will go around to play it. He'll try and send it around the boards. Goes all the way down, and this will be icing against the Flyers. Face off now in the Islanders' offensive zone. Nelson will take the draw against Lawton. Flyers win that one, but a scramble there again as Islanders play the forecheck. Crunched up along the boards. Islanders looking for it. They get to the point with a shot now and quickly got blocked. Now all the way down low, and the Flyers are able to pick it up. This is Beauvillier. He feeds the point, looks to Nelson for a shot, and easy save there made by Carter Hart, but a penalty will be coming up against Philadelphia with the extra attacker on. But Braun will tag up, and we will get the call here. Looks like Travis Sanheim will be the one going to the box. And at break, we will see it looks like a hook against Travis Sanheim, and the Islanders will get a chance to go on the power play. Back now with with Scott Lawton in the box or hooking. And, this is a penalty that you can't really take. And I understand that the Islanders have had a strong plays here, but, this is something where the puck is going to the corner. Bailey is the one going after it. There isn't an immediate threat. There's no need to take him down. Let him get the puck and see if they can make something of it. But now the Islanders will go up a man advantage for 2 minutes or less. So the defensemen so far that have gotten the Islanders on the scoreboard, and now they look to make it 3 before the first intermission. Face-off won by the Islanders. It's Bell. He's able to hold the line. He looks across to Letty. Barzal now comes in, takes a shot, glove down by Hart. He dropped the rebound, though, and unable to get a whistle. Pollock now looks across to Barzal. Barzal in again, dumps it to the point. Here's Letty. Letty looking for a shot, and that one got blocked. Barzal now has it. On the right side, he walks in, tries to take a shot. Hart finds it, and Lee could not bury the rebound, but it goes back to the point again. Here's Pollock for Letty, but back again to Barzal. Barzal, he could not get a pass. It went in between the two defensemen at the point, and the Philadelphia Flyers will get a change. Islanders also looking to get a change, but Barzal has it. And he'll skate back for the Islanders to complete the change. 1 minute to go on the power play. Barzal drops it back. And now here's Brassard. Brassard across for Nelson. Nelson able to enter the zone down low. But it's picked up by the Flyers and cleared down the ice with 45 seconds to go on the power play. Greiss will slow it down. Leaves it for Devon Toews. Starting back up with it, Flyers Pajot is able to gain the line. Tries to look across ice for Clutterbuck. Here's a centering pass, and that one goes off of Philadelphia Flyers, and they're able to clear. Now the other way, Giroux tried to make a chance, but he's unable to. And now Brassard takes it again. He'll gain entry for Josh Bailey. Back to the point it goes. Down low again. Here's Bailey cross ice pass. Bavillier unable to get a shot off. Bavillier now has it. Looks to Brassard. Brassard to the point. Tries another cross ice pass from Bailey. And that again got broken up by Kevin Hayes. Back in, his power play has expired. Bailey down low for Brock Nelson. Nelson and Bavillier will go into a battle with 3 Philadelphia Flyers. Provorov's the one that's able to come up with it. Provorov now. He'll start the rush up. Probably as he gains center, dumps it in, and the Flyers will go off for a change. Mayfield now has it behind his own net. Sent up, and the Islanders are looking to clear. Here's Cizikas. Cizikas passes it across, and the Clutterbuck will have it. Tries a tip opportunity. Devon Toews coming in on the rush. And now a sharp angle shot that Hart fought off. Down low again, it's Matt Martin. Martinow, bothered by Nate Thompson. Kyle Clutterbuck tries to make something work, but the Flyers pick it off, and they will work their way up. This is Van Riemsdyk, as the Flyers again are going to have to go off a change with 90 seconds to go in the first period. Here comes J.G. Pajot. He's able to gain the line, but he comes in offside. The Islanders tag up, and Voracek will send it across. Here comes Sanheim. He's walking in. Bothered there by the Islanders. Voracek down below the net. Tries a wraparound attempt, and that one wouldn't go. A penalty now coming up against the Flyers again, as it looks like an offensive zone penalty. Greiss will go to the bench on the delay whistle. Pajot now. They're still in their own zone. And finally, the Flyers are able to tag up. It's a high sticking call that's going to go against Jacob Voracek. And this is something that you have to have. You cannot commit a penalty in your own offensive zone. That's kind of rule number 1. And Voracek, after the wraparound attempt, he gets a stick under J.G. Pajot. It comes up and hits him in the head right in front of the referee. And that's an easy call there. Voracek obviously not happy with himself. So 53 seconds to go in the first period. The Islanders on the power play. for 2 minutes, the 2-minute minor for the high stick against Jakub Voracek. They were unable to convert on their last attempt, but it was a strong-looking power play. They were looking good. Giroux will face off against Anders Lee. And Giroux wins that face-off. Flyers are able to win, and they'll start the power play, the penalty kill, by sending it down the ice. Greiss will leave it there for Nick Leddy. Leddy now with it. And he'll send it for Barzal back to Leddy. He will join the rush. Anders Lee now sends it back behind the net for Jordan Eberle. Eberle sends it back to Anders Lee. Picked off there by Niskanen. He'll send it down. Now an opportunity for the Flyers. Here comes Nate Thompson. 2-on-2. Thompson takes a shot, and that one went wide. Rebound available, but Tyler Pitlick was unable to find it. Now here come the Islanders. Jordan Eberle now in behind the net. And the 2-on-2 battle ensues. To the point it goes. Here's Leddy. And he'll send it down low for Jordan Eberle. And now a whistle here, as this is the end of the first period. 2-0 New York Islanders. We'll take a quick break, and coming up, analysis of the first period, as well as a recap of the past 2 Game 7s that we saw last night. It's Mr. Donut 1001 streaming Game 7 of the New York Islanders and Philadelphia Flyers. We'll take a quick break, and analysis will be coming up. Back here for the first intermission, and it's been quite the game. It's the Islanders that have the 2-0 lead, and Back here, first intermission, Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers. Islanders with the 2-0 lead off of goals from both defensemen. It was Scott Mayfield with the first and Andy Green with the second, both off of beautiful shots. And it's been a good period for them for Game 7. It's win or go home, and I will say the Islanders look like they want to win. It's really been all Islanders in terms of the names that I've been calling. And, been kind of hard for the Flyers to really gain any kind of traction. They've had a couple of shots and a couple of opportunities, but Greiss has been able to see a lot of the shots. He's had a little bit of trouble with the rebound control. He had a couple of awkward bounces, but in the end, there's been no damage done, and the Islanders have, they haven't necessarily solved Carter Hart. Carter Hart's, didn't really have a whole lot he could do on both of those goals. It's really been the Philadelphia Flyer defense that's been a lot of the trouble. So, the puck is just hopping over their sticks. They're unable to keep the zone. The Islanders have done a great job on the forecheck, and it's allowed the defenseman to kind of step in, and that's I'm kind of going to reference that Andy Green goal, the second one. When you go up and take a shot there, and the Flyers are pinned back as much as you can. Andy Green's going to cheat here. He's going to come all the way in, and that allows that cross ice pass to find him. And that's the important thing, is that the Flyers just can't seem to figure that out. Well, we had 2 Game 7s last night. A thriller in overtime. It was Dallas that took care of business in overtime against the Colorado Avalanche. And in Vegas, Vegas was able to hold off Vancouver after another impressive performance by Thatcher Demko. While it was 3-0, Demko only gave up 1 goal. And, it's kind of sad the Vancouver Canucks just didn't come to play in that third period. You're tied. They were living on a prayer. You got to start the period off on a major power play, and that in that 5 minutes, they were only able to get 1 shot on goal. And just, if you think about it, before that, after the power play in the third period, they had only 6 shots on goal. And it's a disadvantage if you can't get pucks to the net. There were a ton of blocked shots. The shot attempts were there, but nothing was really going for Vancouver. I understand it's a back-to-back, and they were just fatigued. They were skating slow, and they had the major power play, and they had a power play opportunity again in the third, and it looked like they might have, got things going, but eventually they just started to collapse, and finally Vegas was able to find the back of the net with 6 and some change to go. And then Vegas was able to score 2 on the empty net. So they will move on to play Dallas, and that's going to be a series to watch, because I think Dallas had a tough opponent in the Avalanche, and they were able to take a 3-1 series lead and then finally win it in Game 7. But the Vegas Golden Knights, they're also a top pick, but they really struggled against the Vancouver Canucks. So I think this, as a Dallas team, you're going to be excited to see that. You came off a huge win, and Vegas I'd say that Vegas survived that Game 7 because they really offensively were just unable to get anything to go in to solve Thatcher Demko. Now, granted, I think Anton Khudobin will probably be a bit of an easier goalie than Thatcher Demko, but if you're coming off that kind of performance, then momentum isn't going to necessarily be on your side. So the Western Conference Finals will be starting tomorrow, and then we will start Monday. The Eastern Conference Finals, where Tampa Bay will await, if the results hold, the New York Islanders, but there's still 40 minutes left in that Game 7 here against Philadelphia, so still plenty of hockey to play, but Philadelphia Flyers are going to have to make some changes. We'll take a quick break again, and we'll be back with more analysis of the first period. Back now, and we're going to need to see some improvement from the Philadelphia Flyers. There's still plenty of hockey to go, but what I think I need to see is, I usually wouldn't say this for a team that is trailing, but I think they're going to need to lay off the forecheck just a little bit. I think they're getting caught in where you're allowing the New York Islanders to enter the zone very easily. Again, for the Philadelphia Flyers, getting the puck out of the zone has been a struggle this entire game. It's been part of the forechecking by the New York Islanders, forcing them to make some passes that they may not be comfortable with. But in a way, you got to get the puck down the ice and get something to go and give yourselves a chance, because by the time they're getting the puck out of the zone, the players are going to need a change, and they're giving the puck right back to the Islanders. So the sooner they can get the puck out of the zone, the more likely they are to get something to go and actually start to generate some offense. They had some offense, and they had some good opportunities when they're able to maintain their own zone and get the Islanders to play back a little bit. So there is a chance that the Philadelphia Flyers can make something happen, but from now on, they are going to need to step up their game a little bit. And I'm looking for some of the big players to make some moves. That's Giroux, Voracek, who we haven't seen a whole lot of, and Kevin Hayes, who's been having a pretty good game. So we'll see if the Philadelphia Flyers can make those changes. As for the New York Islanders, I'm going to look to Thomas Greiss on this one. I think he's going to have to think a little bit more about his rebound control and where he's going to place those pucks after a save if there is a hard shot coming. My apologies for the disconnection. Looks like we are back. As I was saying, for the New York Islanders, it's really important that they get something to work. I think that the Islanders have not really been able to defensively hold on. I want to see them try and make something work defensively to try and keep the Philadelphia Flyers shutting down and making something work. So we'll be setting up for the second period in just a few minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and make my prediction for the Vegas Knights Dallas Stars series. With Dallas both teams gave up a 3-1 series lead. And I think Vancouver against Vegas made a lot more of better decisions in the lineup that gave Vegas some trouble in games 5 and 6. And that really came with Thatcher Demko. And then this step up of Elias Pettersson, Brock Besser, those two players that are able to step up and be the lead defenseman for the Vancouver Canucks. Now, on the other end, the Colorado Avalanche are a solid team, and Dallas was able to quickly get a hold of them, but I wasn't super impressed with their lineup changes, and I know they were a little injury prone. No Gabriel Landeskog in that game 7, but I think Dallas was able to kind of get by, and based on the injuries, I don't think we're going to see a full lineup that comes back for game 1 tomorrow. So, I'm going to give the advantage to Vegas on this one. I think Vegas, if they can kind of regroup, they're going to face this Dallas team, and I think they're gonna come knowing that they survived Vancouver. I think they're gonna come to play. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Vegas in 5 or 6 games. Now, if Dallas is gonna want to win, they're gonna have to jump out yet again to another early series lead. You don't want to be chasing the series at all. You don't want to necessarily linger around, as we've seen so far. The teams that had a 3-1 lead survived Game 7, and currently the pattern is staying true with the Islanders and Flyers. So we will see if the Vegas Golden Knights can hang on. In my bracket, I picked them to win it all. After an extremely strong performance by the Vegas Golden Knights in that play-in, they really were just unstoppable. So I think it's going to be them, and the Avalanche were the only ones that really gave them a good fight, and the Avalanche just got kicked out by the Dallas Stars. So I think we're going to see a good series. I think we're going to see an extremely physical series, but I'm going to be looking for Vegas to jump out and work their way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Depending on how this goes, the Islanders and Tampa matchup, that's going to be another interesting one. You kind of got two teams, a team that's known for the choke in the Tampa Bay Flyers or Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Islanders would be a good matchup because they've really hit their offensive stride. And they're proving to be a team that is a serious contender for this cup. So we'll see what happens here. But for now, we're going to go back to the ice for the second 20-minute period. Islanders are going to start on the power play for another minute and change as Jacob Voracek is still in the box for high sticking. Faceoff won by Philadelphia, and they will start to take a seat now. Officially 1 minute left on the power play, 19:53 gone. Nick Leddy will start. He'll get to center, and now it's disrupted by Pitlick. Pitlick, shorthanded, will take a shot right on Greiss, and Greiss will play it. Anders Lee taken down there by Pitlick, and Nick Leddy will look to go across. Nick Leddy now will join the rush. He'll skate it all the way in. We'll take it around all the way back up to the point. Eberle. Eberle will play it down. Back up to Eberle. Eberle back down to Barzal. Barzal tries to spin with it. He can't get anything. He tries to take a shot in, and it hits a stick. Pollock to Letty to Barzell. Barzell with a shot, tip, and Eberle was unable to hit it home with 8 seconds to go in the power play. It gets cleared out to center. Well, Andersley had hit a stick, but if it didn't, it would have hit Jordan Eberle with an empty cage. So now the Islanders 0 for 2 on their power plays so far. And the Islanders will start as Mayfield will play it to the point. A shot by Tyler Myers hits the post. Oh my. And looks like they're going to fire away. Hayes. Hayes will start the rush up. He'll gain the zone. Looks across, but intercepted by Josh Bailey, and he'll get it out. Brock Nelson now. Tries to hit the trailer. That's Anthony Beauvillier, but he's unable to find, and the Flyers will start back up 3-on-2. Couturier. Hayes tries to get to Hayes, and that one's broken up. And the Islanders will get it as far as center. Taves will send it in to Nelson, who will chip in, and the Islanders will complete a change. A big forecheck there by Anthony Beauvillier, and the Islanders are able to take it. Cutterbuck. Get it to the point. Here's Pollock. Pollock sends it right back in to Matt Martin. Down low to Cizikas. Tries to throw it back up to the point now to Andy Green. To Pollock. Pollock walks in, takes a shot looking for a tip. None available. And now Sean Couturier. He'll gain the zone. Looks up for Konechny. His shot! Saved by Greiss, and there's a rebound there, but again cleared away by the Islanders. Matt Martin hits Cutterbuck, and he'll send it in, and they'll go off for a change. Flyers now will clear it in. They retreat back to their own zone. Here's Justin Braun to center. Sends it all the way in. Greiss will slow it down and leave it there for Ryan Pollock. Pollock. He lost it to Konechny. He tries to set up Kevin Hayes, and he was unable to. Haig now with it in his own zone. Pass across to Justin Braun. Braun and gets his pocket picked, and here comes Brassard. Brassard looking for Pajot, and he was unable to. Good stick on it. Pajot tries to hold the line, but it's broken up by Tyler Pitlick. And he'll gain their zone quickly. Leave it there. And to Van Riemsdyk. Thought he came in offside, and finally they blow it down. Oh, but a penalty is called. And it looks like it's going to be a too many men call on Philadelphia. Yes, it is too many men on the ice. Travis Sanheim came in before Haig was able to get off. And it was kind of a sloppy change there. Haig has got to go a little bit faster than that. Islanders will get a chance for their third power play. Islanders 0 for 2 on their power plays. They had a good first one, but a second one that was broken up by the period change, so they were unable to really get anything going at the start of the second. Nelson has the puck down below his own net. Centering pass, and back to the point, and it got blocked, and here comes Philadelphia. As far as center, and finally it's brought in, and an offside whistle will blow. Oh, and Provorov is down at his own zone, and he looks like he's hurt bad. Looks like it was a shot block, and it hits Provorov, and he's clearly in distress, rolling around in the ice. It was a point shot there by Devon Taves, and it goes right off of the knee of Ivan Provorov, and he went down almost immediately, and he's going to head off to the locker room. He is up and skating, though, on his own, so we'll probably get that knee examined, and we'll look for him to come. With 1:43 to go on the power play, the Islanders will start with the face-off in right before their own blue line. Now that Provorov is back on the bench, it's like okay. Thompson against J.G. Pajot, the battle of 44s, and that's won by Pajot. Pajot quickly across. Here's Nelson. Nelson has a step on his man. That's Braun, but he'll send it back to the point, and it squirts all the way out down the ice with 1:30 to go in the power play. Here comes Devon Toews. He gets to center. He'll get it back to Bailey. Bailey back up to the point. Toews. Toews again to Bailey. Bailey down low. Feeds back to Toews. Toews for Pajot. Down low to Beauvillier. Back up to Toews to Bailey. Bailey to Toews. Toews takes a shot. Takes a couple tips. And finally, Carter Hart is able to locate it. He gloves and holds on to a whistle with 1:01 to go on the power play. 15:33 to go in the second period. The heavy traffic presence in front, but good defensive effort by the Flyers, and he was able to find it. Face off now to the right. And it's won by the Islanders. Leddy. Word across to Barzal. He walks in, takes a shot. Leddy now has it. For Barzal again. He has it. Sends it down low. Here's Anders Lee. He couldn't find it. Barzal will send it right back to the point. Leddy. To Pulock for the shot. And that one got blocked. Pulock has it again. He'll send it down low, but it's picked off by Niskanen. He'll send it all the way down with 33 seconds to go on the power play. Greiss has it. He'll leave it back there for Nick Leddy. Leddy's going to gain center. He'll send it to Barzal. Barzal for Anders Lee, and he gets hit hard and goes down. Pitlick was the one that gave the hit, and the Islanders are offside as, it was Barzal the one that got hit. He was unable to get off the ice quickly, and he's bleeding. So it was Barzal who crossed with Eberle. It was Eberle that got hit, and then it looked like Barzal behind the play got a loose stick. It was Eberle's stick that caught him up high. That's why you didn't see a call as the two players get tied up. With 10 seconds to go in the power play, and Barzal is really bleeding. He's bleeding into a towel. It's a white towel, so you can see how it's turning red. Now with 3 seconds to go on the power play, the Islanders have it down low. Here's Cizikas, tries to find Clutterbuck, but it comes all the way out of the zone. Goes into the Islanders bench, and we get a stoppage. Shots are 12-7 in favor of the New York Islanders. They've gotten 3 power play opportunities compared to 1. And actually, this isn't the first time that Barzal has gotten hit in this game. He actually got hit in warm-ups. And from a warm-up shot that hit the post and just caught him up high in the nose again. So this is the second time that he's been hit in the face by a puck. Face-off now won by Philadelphia. They take it in their own zone. Braun will play catch. And it's now iced. And now the face-off will go back into the Islanders zone. This is something that we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of icing calls go against Philadelphia. And that just kind of shows that the defensemen just aren't connecting their passes. Usually you'll look in to get a tip in front, and they're unable to. Claude Giroux will take the face-off, but it's won by the Islanders. Pelech will take it. Martin tries to bury the rebound off the shot, and that one wouldn't go. Couturier tries to feed Claude Giroux, and he's unable to. A hand pass called here will stop play with 14:04 to go in the second period. It's Pelech who took the shot. It looked like it went off of Martin's stick. And we'll get another face-off. Barzal continuing to get stitched up. False start there off the face-off by Brassard. He'll get kicked out. And he'll actually decide to stay in after receiving a warning. Face-off won by the Flyers. They start in their own zone. They'll try and work their way in. They do, but they're stood up there by Brassard. Brassard now tries to get it in. Hayes with a hit. And he'll move it up. Hayes now cross-ice pass. Here's a shot. And went off of a stick, and it never made it to the front of the net. Islanders have it. Here's Devon Toews. Tries to center it to Beauvillier, but he is unable to hold it. Hayes now has his own zone. Tries to feed in front, and that stops there by a stick. Konechny now tries, he gets a shot block. Sanheim has it. And Kevin Hayes now down below the net, can't find anybody. Center for the Islanders, but over the stick. And now the Flyers again will turn it back up. But it's picked off yet again by the Islanders. Here they come. Here comes Beauvillier for Nelson. Nelson will leave it there. Tries to find Josh Bates. It's picked off by the Flyers. And here Pitlick will exit the zone and gain his own zone. Andy Green will disturb him. And now the Islanders will turn it up. Here comes Nelson. Nelson with a bunch of speed. He tries to get by. He does. And it's shut down by Carter Hart. Rebound. Bailey has it. He'll send it in front for Leddy. Leddy's shot fought off by Hart. Another shot off the post. Oh my goodness. Beauvillier hit the post. And now finally Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Sorry. The other Van Riemsdyk, James, who tries to get it out, and he will. All the way around now. Loose puck here. And a shot. And the Islanders will be able to regain. They'll lift it all the way out into their own zone. And now the Islanders will slow down and reset. Here comes Sean Couturier up the right wing. He'll leave it down low. Islanders are able to get it, and they'll calmly exit the zone. Here comes Barzal. He has a step up. Tries to set up Eberle with a shot, and it's stopped by Carter Hart. 11:55 to go in the second period. And it's still the Islanders 2-0, but they are knocking on the doorstep. And Anthony Beauvillier had the closest chance off the post through a mid-air shot. And he was unable to beat Carter Hart. Back now with the Islanders, who are knocking on the doorstep. A flurry of chances, none of which find the back of the net. Carter Hart being extremely sharp during that rush. And again, it's the defense that just haven't been able to make any connections for the Philadelphia Flyers. And if you think about it, both rushes looked almost identical. First, it was Nelson that was the one that was able to get a step on his defenseman, and then Barzal was the one that tried to get in front. And it's, if you have your defenseman beat, you're going to get some good opportunities, and the Islanders are showing that. And we'll see if they'll find the back of the net, because this 3-0 lead could really ice this one. Anders Lee will go against Claude Giroux on the faceoff. Out Anders Lee, and Barzal will be the one that comes in. Barzal wins it. It goes to Pelech. Giroux will take it, though, and tries to force out, but a forecheck, and Barzal has it, but bothered there by Giroux, and the puck exits the zone. Pollock finds Barzal. He gains his zone. Looks across to Eberle. Eberle. Anders Lee, again down low for Jordan Eberle. Eberle takes a shot, and Myers will take the puck away from Jordan Eberle. Cleared in, but the Pelech will take it back. Couturier and him will go into a battle. And now finally, again, Eberle will gain the zone. He tries to find Pulock, and he will. Pulock down behind the net. It gets disrupted there by a stick, and it goes all the way down into their own zone. Again, here comes the rush. This one is Clutterbuck with down low for Cizikas. Cizikas will try and sweep there, and Oscar Lindblom will be the one that tries to disturb him, but it's still held in. Sanheim and Martin go, and here's Cizikas now. Heavy forecheck here as the Flyers have it, but they're disturbed by the New York Islanders. Cizikas is able to get it to the point. Mayfield to Taves, looking for a tip there for Martin and couldn't. Mayfield now has it, tries to go down low and can't. Martin now will feed the point, and it'll go all the way down, and the Islanders will reset there. Devon Taves has it down, will go to Mayfield, and that one gets turned over. Mayfield has it, gets cut off there at the point, and now finally the Islanders here. They come again. Here comes J.G. Pageau. He takes a shot, and that one goes wide. And now Brassard has it. Brassard waits, tries the centering pass, and that one wouldn't go. And now Van Riemsdyk now will turn it around. He gains the zone, send it around, looking for Travis Konecny. In the corner goes Scott Laughton there, can't find it. Well, it'll finally reach Pageau, and he'll get it as far as center. Here come the Flyers again, but they cannot gain center. Niskanen will try and send it in. He will. Greiss will come out of his net to slow it down and sends it back. Green to Pageau, and Pageau will get it out. Philadelphia will change, and New York will follow. It comes in on Greiss. He thought about playing it, but instead covers for a whistle with 9:13 to go. Only 7 shots on goal right now for the Philadelphia Flyers. They're having a hard time getting the blue line. We'll step aside for a brief break. And it looks like it's Myers that got away with a high stick there, on that rush by the Islanders. Face-off now won by Philadelphia. They'll get it to the point. Here's a Provorov shot, and Greiss denies it, as forecheck might have tipped that one, but Greiss was able to shut that one down. We'll step aside for real this time with the 2-0 lead from Philadelphia. Just under 10 minutes to go in the second period. There was some good defensive effort by the Philadelphia Flyers. I will say they stepped up defensively, and the Islanders have had their chances. They've had to work just a little bit harder, but we're still looking at the Philadelphia Flyers offense that the forwards have just gotten nothing done. They're having a really hard time getting into their own zone, missing a lot. Greiss is able to come out of it, find a defenseman for the New York Islanders, and they're able to clear the zone. So it goes in, it goes right back out. And for Philadelphia, they're going to need to generate some offense, and they're really going to have to start generating some offense soon, because if they go into this intermission without a goal, playing the way that they're playing, the New York Islanders are going to close the door on them very quickly. So the Flyers are going to have to find something, make something work, and hopefully get the goal. If the Islanders are able to get the next goal, that might be enough to send them through. Philadelphia, they need a goal to get into this game. So really the next goal that's going to win, or the next goal that gets scored, is really going to show what the dynamic of this game is for the remainder. So we will see what happens. Face off to the right of Grice, and it's won by the New York Islanders. Here comes Anthony Beauvillier. He'll send it in to himself. Beauvillier down behind his own net. And the forecheck again is on. Provorov now behind his own net. And it's the Flyers are able to gain their own zone. Here's Giroux. Giroux there. And a 2-on-1 forming now. Here's Bailey. Looks across, a shot, they score! It was a 2-on-1. It was a shot to Brock Nelson across, and the New York Islanders have taken a 3-0 lead. Good for Brock Nelson, who's going to jump up on this play. Provorov got tied up in the back, and Jakub Voracek was unable to get back in time. Bailey is able to find his pair, that's Nelson, and a beautiful goal. Nothing Carter Hart could have done about that. (3-0) New York on the reset. And we will get a quick whistle. With 8:28 to go in the second period. It's 3-0 New York. Face off now coming from a whistle. And it's won by Philip Myers. Myers now has it. He'll send it all the way in. Grice will go around his net to play it. Had to be careful, but what a pass, though. He was able to shake off 2 Philadelphia Flyers, and now here come the Islanders again. For Jordan Eberle. Myers is able to claim it back, and the Flyers will start at center. They're going to have to step it up. Here comes Kevin Hayes, and he's broken up, and Barzal will move it up across to Anders Lee. Lee gets the zone, a 2-on-1. Here comes Eberle. He tries a toe drag, but stick by Sanheim. Barzal now has it in front of the point. He takes a shot. He waited on it, and it got hit a body in front. Never reached Carter Hart. Fighters the other way. Lawton to Van Riemsdyk. His takes a shot that goes off the stick of Letty to play. With 7:32 to go in the second period. Connecting that wins the face-off. And, a penalty coming up here. And it looks like this is going to go against Philadelphia. It was the Islanders that were calling for it. And we will see what the verdict is here. Doesn't look like a call's being made. Maybe it was an offside call that they were yelling at, but the faceoff is at center, and Thompson wins that one. Nick Thompson moves it in. Here comes Nick Aube-Kubel. And now it's back behind the Islander net, picked up by Suzuki. And now here comes Puck. He dumps it in and go after his own pass. Aube-Kubel will now have it back behind his own net, bothered there by Clutterbuck though. And now it reaches point and out of the zone. The Islanders will regroup at center. Pelech. He'll send it all the way in. And now Brassard is the one that has behind the net, and the Flyers try to clear, and they can't. Finally they do. And Couturier will send it across. It comes in. Islanders will reset in their own zone. Pellick will send it all the way in as it deflects in all the way back behind the net. Haig will be the one that takes care of it, but again, the Islanders getting to the puck first. Finally, here's Voracek, and he's bothered there, and it gets up to center. Sent right back in by Devon Toews. Hart will go to play it. Braun. They'll send it up to Couturier, to Voracek, to Giroux. Giroux will try and send it all the way down, and Voracek could not get a stick on it. And now here come the Islanders. Nelson again. He breaks free. Here comes Nelson in. He'll wait, and he'll take it all the way back around the net. Tries a centering pass there, and he couldn't get it. Devon Toews at the point tries to shoot one in, and he couldn't find anything. And now here comes Sean Couturier. Couturier gains center, but here come the Islanders quickly. Here comes Beauvillier, centering pass to Nelson, and he gets his stick tied up. That was Sanheim on the defensive effort. Eberle tries to get it to the point, held in now by the Islanders, and Eberle has it now down below the net. Jordan Eberle down low with 5:26 to go in the second period. Islanders still with pressure, but finally taken away by Travis Konecny to center. Sean Couturier. He'll wind it around to the other side to Konecny, who will wind around the other side. This time it's Eberle that's able to pick it up, and he'll send it out of the zone. But it goes into the bench of the Philadelphia Flyers, and we get a stoppage with 5:08 to go in the second period. It is Bailey who feeds Nelson. That gets the Islanders a 3-0 lead. 5:08 to go. 25:08 left in the entire game. Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. The winner gets Tampa. Back here as the face-off. As the face-off is going to come to the right of Thomas Greiss. Face-off won by the Flyers, but they give it away immediately. As we approach 5 minutes to go in the second period, Provorov has it now behind his own net. As he looks, oh, here's a breakaway, and it's shut down by Greiss and a rebound, and it looks like that was stopped by Pellick. He used his glove. And now here comes Cizikas, and he's unable to find it. Oh, but it's picked off steal for Clutterbuck, and he tries to get it something going, and Cizikas can't find anything to work. He takes a shot, and now it's finally down low by Andy Green. Casey Cizikas again. We'll send it up for Matt Martin. In the neutral zone, they couldn't gain the blue line. Here come the Flyers again. Here's a shot. Greiss said no. Here's a rebound, and Rans Riemsdyk put it wide. Moved in again down below the net. Here's for Scott Lawton. Lawton tries to throw it up to Van Riemsdyk, and Van Riemsdyk couldn't find anybody in front of the net. Bailey will elevate it out of the zone, and the Islanders are able to get a change. Here's a turnover. Here comes Josh Bailey again. finds Nelson, but there was a stick in the lane, and he couldn't get a shot off. Almost an exact replication of how the other goal went. Those two are just have each other. Nelson, who now can bring it in, tries to find Beauvillier, and again the Flyers try to make something work. Thompson tries to bring it in. His stick will force an offside, and we get a whistle with 3:30 to go in the second period. Face-off now won by Philadelphia. They'll send it into the zone, and Pelech will be the one that takes it. Tries to find Anders Lee. He can't. As Couturier tries to find it, Giroux up in front of the net. Voracek will take it to the outside. And Everly will knife it away. Sent in now by the Islanders, and Provorov has it now behind his own net. Pestered there by Barzal, but he'll leave it for Sean Couturier. Couturier exits the zone, and he gains center. Across the blue line, he'll dump it in. Goes after his own pass. But Pulock will be the one that will come up with it. And the Islanders are able to break out. It's Matt Barzal. Barzal gains center, 3-on-2. To Everly. To Lee, his shot. And that one went wide. Back again. Here's another shot. And that one wouldn't go. And his stick got tied up. He got taken down, but no call. Taves dumps it in to Everly. He gets broken up there. Anders Lee now gets it, tries to feed J.G. Pageau, but a stick by Provorov shuts that down. Kevin Hayes tries to gain center off Pageau, but it gets in. Mayfield will wait for Devon Taves, gets it out, and now Lindblom will send it up to Hayes. Haig, who joins the rush, he couldn't find anything. Broken up, and now here comes Brassard. Up the wing. He waits, takes a shot from the point, and it goes off of the stick of Robert Haig. Out of play for a whistle with 1:56 to go in the second period. That shot by Anders Lee actually went off of the glove of Carter Hart. This first line for the Islanders have just been remarkable. They've been causing a lot of chances, as well as the second line too. I mean, they're the ones that are getting the points, but it's been extremely good passing from the top two lines of the New York Islanders. Hart has the puck back behind his own net. Martin will join the forecheck with Cizikas, but Abe Kubel will be the one that's able to get as far as center. But he has to drop it back, and Myers has to start his own zone. Abe Kubel sends it in, comes in to Nate Thompson. He tries to body it down, but the Islanders take over. Beauvillier. He will chip and chase. He goes after his own pass. Beauvillier has it. He's down below his own net. He's trying to shake off, and Nate Thompson's the one that's bothering him. Finally, Sanheim's the one that's able to pick it up, and it's gloved down at center by Josh Bailey. Bailey will send it right back in. And now here's Anthony Beauvillier. Beauvillier tries to shake off Travis Sanheim. He can't. But it goes to the point. Pelech. Pelech will send it down. He'll take it all the way down, back behind the net. Islanders will change on the fly. And they still are able to hold the zone. Beauvillier tries to find Everly at the point. It's Pulock to Pelech. Pelech will take a shot. It's a weak one. Couldn't find a tip available. Lee to Everly. Everly up to the point. Back to himself. Everly at the top. He'll take it down low for Barzal. Barzal goes down behind the net. Sanheim's bothering him. Here's tries to set up Everly. He couldn't, but he finds Barzal again. Pelech down low. Here's Anders Lee. Lee has it. Lee will try and shake off Myers. He does. Gets it to the point. Pelech down low to Barzal. Barzal will take a skate with it. Barzal bothered there. And finally, the Flyers are able to disturb him and get it out of the zone. And the second period has expired. Big flurry of chances there at the very end of the period for the New York Islanders, but they can't find the back of the net. But they have a 3-0 lead at the end of the second period. Game 7, 20 minutes to go, 3-0. We'll take a quick break here and then back with second period analysis as the Islanders have a 3-0 lead. Back here for the second intermission. It's the New York Islanders 3, the Philadelphia Flyers 0, and it's been a game. It's been all Islanders for the past two periods. I think the Flyers, they needed to really establish themselves this period, and they were unable to do so. As the lone goal that came this period, a beautiful shot from Brock Nelson. It was an empty net goal, essentially, after he got a feed from Josh Bailey. And now we have a 3-0 lead in the final 20 minutes to go. Based on what I've seen, it's pretty much been much of the same. The Philadelphia Flyers, while I will say their offense has increased a lot, their defense is just still having a very hard time containing the New York Islanders. And really, it's been the speed of the top two lines, Anders Lee, Barzal, and Eberle, and Beauvillier, Nelson, and Bailey, that have really caused the Philadelphia Flyers a lot of trouble this game. They're showing to be a strong team. They're connecting their passes. They're forechecking hard. And I don't want to undermine the Islanders' other two lines. The fourth line had a really good shift at the start of the second period after the power play had expired. And Cizikas, Martin, Clutterbuck are having a whale of a game too. And it just shows that there's depth in this team. The fourth line's able to get some stuff done. They're causing the Philadelphia Flyers a lot of trouble, and killing off some of the time they need now that they have this 3-0 lead. It'll be interesting to see if any adjustments are going to be made, because there definitely didn't seem to be a lot of adjustments. The Islanders are going to continue to forecheck. They're continuing to hold up Philadelphia at the line, making zone entry really difficult. Thomas Greiss, although having a shaky start to the second period, really has seemed to kind of found his rhythm, although I will say there have been a lot of shots for the Philadelphia, so just unable to get stuff to Greiss, and that really credits the defense of the New York Islanders. Philadelphia side, again, they're going to need to do some work. We did see a good shift from the top line, Voracek, Laughton, and Giroux. But really, other than that, it hasn't been a whole lot that we have seen from this team. There just hasn't really been a whole lot of effort there. The defense is having to make a lot of the plays. I mean, some great defensive stakes. Provorov always in the mix. Sanheim, Haig have been playing pretty hard games, and they're the ones that have been doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Carter Hart's trying to do his best, and he's had a couple of fine saves as well. But all three of the goals that have been scored thus far have been pucks that he wasn't a whole lot that Carter Hart could have done. Think about how we'll go back to the first period a little bit, kind of recap how we got to this point. The first goal came in. It was first two goals came from defensemen, and the first one coming from Scott Mayfield off a backhand shot, a beautiful one, and the second goal coming from Andy Green as the Islanders were able to join the rush. The defensemen were able to move in. A cross ice pass gets the 2-0 lead from the New York Islanders, and the third goal that was scored off the Josh Bailey feed was a defensive meltdown. It was Provorov who got his stick tied up that kind of led to this 2-on-1, and Voracek wasn't really able to get back to kind of to cover that spot. Provorov trying to get in on the play, gets tied up, and it's Pageau able to kind of keep him occupied while the two others are the ones that are getting up on the rush, and it's Bailey who slides it across to find Brock Nelson for the third goal. He had a wide open cage, and Carter Hart, although despite his effort to kind of slide across, he was unable to do so. And we'll see what's going to come of this. The Islanders are showing strong where I think they're going to hold on in this third period. But if the Flyers are going to come with game, they got to come with game in early on. They've only gotten one power play, and 0 for 1 in the power play. The Islanders are playing a very disciplined game and not going to give Philadelphia that opportunity. And they could step up a little bit physically too. I mean, there's no need as they're playing clean, but with an 8% power play, you have some wiggle room, and you're not going to play to injure or intentionally hurt somebody. But if you need to take an attention, there was a breakaway, where a Philadelphia Flyers player was all alone and got nothing of it, and Islanders can get a stick in there, and if you take a hooking call there, 8% of the time they're going to score. That's a low percentage. So the Islanders have some penalties to give, and I'm not going to say that they should play a dirty game at all, but there's a difference between smart penalties and a lack of discipline penalties or intent to injure. So if you take smart penalties on a breakaway, do what you need to do. Take the 2 minutes, take the kill. Because Philadelphia's power play isn't all that strong. And the Islanders' power plays looked quite good, despite they haven't converted yet. But they've had 3 opportunities, 0 for 3, but that's where they're kind of generating a lot of their offense. And Philadelphia, they now cannot afford to take a penalty, because 2 minutes, if you do the math, that's 10% of the period that you are a man down, and you don't need to be a man down when you're down 3-0 in the game of a game 7 in the playoffs. They're going to have to continue to play smart hockey. They're going to have to play discipline. They're going to have to move their feet and really push themselves for this final 20 minutes, because as it stands, it's the last 20 minutes going to play. So the Flyers will look to make something work. We'll step aside for a quick break, bring you back, and we'll talk about what would happen as things stand if Tampa were to face off against the New York Islanders or the Philadelphia Flyers. Back here, and we're going to take a look at what would happen if Tampa Bay Lightning, who have already made it through, what would happen if they face these two teams? And I think we're going to see, while I don't want to say anything that is going to confirm what's going to happen. If it stands, Islanders are to move on. That's going to be an interesting series, and I think it's going to depend on Tampa. They're well rested. They're kind of ready to go, and their Braden Point has been phenomenal for them, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. But this rest might kind of disturb their rhythm, and this is always something that gets kind of talked about when you got a team, although they didn't sweep the Boston Bruins, took the series in 5 compared to the Islanders that could take the series in 7. It's kind of interesting because, the Islanders have established their rhythm. They're used to playing every other day. They're not necessarily waiting around as much. They know they have an on day, they have an off day, and that rhythm will really help them in the playoffs. And usually that's something that we see. And you kind of look back to last year's playoffs where we saw a string of sweeps where Islanders swept their opponent and then got swept by Carolina, who then got swept by the Bruins. And that kind of shows you, teams that have to play more games are going to be more on top of it. They may be more tired. They might have more tired players, but, the Islanders that are getting their work done here have the momentum, and they're going to carry that forward into their next series. Philadelphia, again, kind of has the same thing, but again, their offense just really isn't showing. So I favor Tampa if they went up against the Philadelphia Flyers. The Islanders-Tampa series, I think it's just going to depend on how the first couple games go. And depending on who takes it will kind of dictate how the series goes. If the Islanders take the first 2, we'll go ahead and make that. We'll just say in our hypothetical situation, the Islanders take the 2. I could see them going on to win it. It might take them 7 or 6 to do so. I think the Tampa Bay Lightning will not get swept, but anything can happen, as we saw last year. But I think they've found their game and can do something. If Tampa Bay is able to take those first couple games, I think they might cruise through and get themselves into the Stanley Cup Finals, where they face off the winner against Vegas or Dallas, which is a series that we'll keep our eyes on as well. Dallas with a huge overtime victory in overtime last night. Vegas that was able to finally solve Thatcher Demko to get the go-ahead goal. Vegas, it hasn't been easy. It was suspected to be an easy travel, but it wasn't. And now they're going to get the opportunity to show that they are a team. Ideally, I'd like to see a Tampa and Vegas matchup. I think that would be a really strong matchup with 2 very physical teams. And it'd be good to see a dogfight. Tampa, I know, is waiting to get their cup after they lost it in 2015. Vegas out for redemption like they were in the 2017 playoffs. So, 2018 playoffs where they lost to the Washington Capitals. So we will see how that will turn out. Right now it's third period action though, and it's the Philadelphia Flyers that win the opening faceoff. As we are